I just won the Functional Fitness European Championships in the 19 to 20 years old division, and it got me wondering a bit about the sport and what it has in store for the future. So here are my thoughts from both the weekend and the future of the sport. This video is for you to get to know the sport a bit better and for me to share my thoughts on the weekend and what the sport has in store for the future. In order for you to understand it all completely, we need to rewind a bit. What is functional fitness? And it of course includes functional training, which has been around for a while. I mean, you can't say exactly when we started doing functional training, but it definitely all changed in the early 2000s when CrossFit came around. And I guess you've all heard about CrossFit once or twice. The interest for functional training definitely grew a lot larger when CrossFit came around. And CrossFit is, for those who don't know, a style of working out which includes a lot of strength conditioning combined in an intense format to effectively build a healthy and functional body. It is also a way of testing your fitness level. That is why you can compete in CrossFit. The first CrossFit Games, the biggest competition, was held in 2007 in California on a ranch with perhaps 70 athletes, and it all went on to become a lot of a bigger sport. The issue some people see with CrossFit is that it's a trademark name owned by a company, so you can't use it if you're not that company. In that case, you'll have to pay a fee to them. So, in order to make the sport grow larger, we needed some kind of federation on an international level, and that's why Gretchen Kittelberger started the International Functional Fitness Federation, IF3. In 2016. She wanted to make it as whatever sport you may know. Their goal is to eventually become a part of the Olympic Games. And in order to do so, they had to change a couple of things from what is CrossFit. CrossFit is known for one of their slogans, which is prepare for the unknown.
If blue comes out of the hopper, blue thruster, that means it's heavy weight. That means it's a heavy thruster. If green comes out of the hopper, green thruster, that means it's a lightweight, light thrusters. And if red comes out, that means it's coach's choice. He picked.
And to become a part of the Olympic Games, you can't have such an unknown sport. It had to be a category of events that come up at every competition. And that is the endurance, the strength, the body weight, the mixed modality, the skill and the power. The endurance, which typically involves cardio machines, running or swimming to test your endurance, not that hard. Then the strength, which athlete is the strongest, and that is most commonly tested with Olympic weightlifting or strongman movements. Body weight is a short format workout with body weight movements, so you only use your body weight to perform different exercises. Mostly gymnastics or lower body movements such as jumping or box jumps. Mixed modality is what a CrossFit athlete would most recognize and is a mixed amount of movement, sometimes involving weights such as dumbbells, kettlebells or barbells. Skill is to test your ability in coordination and usually involves a difficult gymnastic movement under fatigue. And lastly, the power event, which is the quickest event where you push hard in a short amount of time. It could be anything you can imagine, but the only real structure is that it's short. Now that I've explained how functional fitness works, it brings me into this week's competition, the European Championship. And it is held in a hyper medley format, they call it. It's 2 hours non-stop working out, where you do all the 6 events at the same time with maybe 10 minutes of rest in between, which is not how you typically do the competitions. Not to mention that we did it twice. First once to qualify for the finals on the Sunday.
Qualifying day, it's like F1, you do qualifying on Saturday, Saturday, and then on Sunday you go for race day.
So 2 times which includes 12 events in a weekend. It's a totally new format for me, and I have a few cons and pros with it. First off, being in the qualification on Saturday, I went all in 100% on every workout. Did I have to? No.
After the 5 events today, I finished first. Adrian,
I finished 5th.
Oh,
It's a qualifying spot.
yeah, it's a qualifying spot, P5.
And that's my first negative with this kind of competition. 5 athletes qualified for the final on the Sunday, and on Sunday all the scores was resetted to 0, start over again, which made me think afterwards, did I really have to do 100% on all the events on Saturday? The tactics going into the weekend plays a much bigger role in this format than others on how your performance will be. And that is something I don't want to see in a test of fitness. As well as the tactics play a role in whether you should do the Saturday 100% or not. It also plays a role in the 2 hours format where you do the 6 events. Should you actually do every event 100%? Because the 10 minutes rest you get in between is not enough to be well rested for the next one. So maybe you should do one a bit easier to have the ability to go harder on the next one.
The hard part is doing all at once and getting little to no rest, you know, between 7 and 10 minutes. After 3 events he started puking like it was a waterfall.
CrossFit has gotten a lot of accusations on whether being healthy or not, and whatever I think about that, I do believe that this format contributes to making it a more unhealthy way of working out. It definitely causes more injuries when you're that fatigued during the last power event, which is supposed to be the most powerful one, for example.
For me, it was quite difficult to eat between, because then you can't really smälta maten.
I ate weird breakfast, so I might throw up today. That's my feeling right now. Adrian, how are you?
I'm feeling the same. I ate way too much for breakfast this morning, so food is up here.
I can tell you that during this weekend, on the Sunday, the final events, I did throw up on the last event, the power event, and I was not the only one. More athletes did, which is kind of a thrilling part, but maybe not the most healthy one. But I would not say that it's all negative. It's definitely has some positive sides to it. One being, as an athlete, you do these 2 hours and then you're done for the whole day, which is in a way pretty nice. When it comes to competition, most times it's like 3 events in a day with a lot of rest in between, which can be pretty boring at times. So in that way, 2 hours, then you're done, it's great. Another thing is that it's, from a viewer point, a much more engaging way to look at the sport. You have a 2-hour session, just like any game in any sport you've ever seen, and then you're done. It's a much more convenient way to watch the sport you like. If the sport gets more engagement and more viewers, it will get more sponsors, more capital to grow upon, and that's awesome. So in a way, it might be good. So if I look at the competition from my point of view, it was fun to try it out. I am not sure if I want to do this format again, 12 events in a weekend in these long 2 sessions. But however, I won the European Championships and I'm very happy with that. Maybe functional fitness is the way to go in this industry, or maybe it's the World Fitness Project or still CrossFit. So, yes. Det vi leker.